Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And I hope you enjoyed this video. So, like always, Cardano is still going sideways. It's still not doing anything. However, in this video, I want to talk about something, and actually I want to compare the move that's happening right now to the move that just happened a couple of months ago. And I want to show you that what we are having right now, this is nothing to complain about compared to what happened a couple of months ago. We have been going sideways for what, not even 2 months now, and people are already losing patience. They are already getting bored, even though we had like a 300% pump, not even like 2 months ago. So of course we needed to cool off, and this is actually very normal. And when you compare this move to what happened a couple of months ago, this looks like absolutely nothing. When you look at the second wave move down right here, which I believe got to the 0.618 support level of the first wave, this right here was pain. This was very difficult to get through, and I was actually making videos during this time. I believe I started in July or even June. So yeah, during this whole move right here, I had to make videos, and people were, not interested in crypto. And I was telling you back then that yes, this right here is the perfect time to buy. Why? Because we were below the bull market support band, and because we had a cross on the bull market support band. Now that cross happened in August, but that does not really change anything. I told you that at some point we will have to get a big move to the upside, because we usually get a move to the upside after we go below the bull market support band and after we get a cross. I even showed you some examples. For example, this right here, after hitting the bear market low, we were below the bull market support band for multiple days, multiple months, I believe. And yeah, we had a cross on the bull market support band. We did absolutely nothing for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden we had a pump and we went above the bull market support band, and that started the first wave move to the upside. And this has happened multiple times throughout the previous years. I have already showed you a couple of examples, and what I want you to understand with this is the fact that, we need these periods when we do absolutely nothing, and these periods are actually normal. Also, Bitcoin dominance is going sideways right now. You cannot expect something to happen if Bitcoin dominance just does absolutely nothing. We kind of need Bitcoin dominance to go down if we want Cardano to go up. Now, of course, Cardano in the previous cycle, for example, it went up about 300% in February, and during this time, Bitcoin dominance actually was going sideways. So there is potential for Cardano to just go up in February without Bitcoin dominance going down, but maybe that's not going to happen, and we'll have to wait and see what happens next. Now, I don't believe that Cardano will go sideways for the entire month of February. I still believe that it will start going up at some point, and like I said, we kind of need Cardano to be at about $3 by the end of February if we want to follow what we did in the previous cycle. Like I told you many times, we are copying exactly what we did in the previous cycle, and I'm not going to explain why that is, because I've told you that so many times that it's actually getting repetitive for me, so I'm just gonna not say it, or at least not today. And yeah, what I want to show you is that this move to the downside, or actually this sideways price action, is actually very normal, and this always happens before a big pump. We had this move right here. This is when we went sideways for about 240 days, which is 4 times the amount of days that we have been going sideways right now. So imagine we just go sideways for another 180 days starting now. Of course, I don't believe that's going to happen, but yeah, that's how it felt like to be down here. Everybody was losing patience, and everybody was flooding Cardano, even though the other altcoins were doing the exact same thing. People were blaming Cardano for, not being at all-time highs, even though it did not really make sense for Cardano to be at all-time highs back here, because, this was still a halving year. And, when you compare this move right here, for example, with what Cardano was doing in the previous halving year, which was 2020, in the previous halving year in 2020, Cardano was ranging somewhere between 17 cents and, even 1 cent, 2 cents. So it was still not doing too well, and it was still not the previous all-time highs of 2018. And yet, right now it's the exact same thing. It's still not at all-time highs, and of course it's not, because it's not supposed to be, at least not yet, because Bitcoin dominance is at cycle highs. So of course Cardano cannot be at all-time highs. But people are complaining about the fact that Cardano is not at all-time highs, even though it doesn't make sense for it to be at all-time highs yet. However, like I said, if we are not at all-time highs by the end of February, then things are going to be changing because we will no longer be copying what happened in the previous cycle, and then maybe you could start complaining. But even if we are only like at $2, it's still going to be okay. But like I said, we cannot really afford to go sideways for much longer because of the bull market support band. The bull market support band, I mean, as you can see, the green line of the bull market support band is still above the red line, which is good. But if we continue going sideways, I mean, the red line is going to catch up with the green line, and we're going to have a cross that most likely is going to look like this. And once that happens, it's not going to be bullish, and that did not happen in the previous cycle during the main third wave move to the upside, which is up here. In the previous cycle, as you can see, in the main third wave move to the upside, the green line of the bull market support band stayed above the red line for some time. However, as you can see here, after we got above the bull market support band, after we had a cross, we actually went sideways for a bit, and then we had a pump. So maybe we are about to see the exact same thing again, but keep in mind we cannot afford to have a cross on the bull market support band, because in the previous cycle, for the entirety of the third wave, we did not. Only after we had a cross, that confirmed that the fourth wave was happening, and after we had another cross, I mean, that confirmed that, the fifth wave was in, and I mean, yeah, that was the whole cycle. So what Cardano needs to do right now is get above $1.14. Now, why that level? Well, because that's the 0.618 resistance level of the previous all-time high. And I mean, this level, it's going to be very difficult to get through because it's, the level where Cardano was struggling in the previous cycle. As you can see here, let's say between 88 cents and about $1.50, Cardano was just going sideways, and it was going sideways for months. It went sideways for months. And why is that? Well, because this is also the previous 2018 all-time high, so there's going to be a lot of resistance here, and what this is also the 0.618 of the previous all-time high, which makes things even worse. And yeah, I believe that once we get above this level, I think that's what will trigger the pump that everyone has been waiting for some time now, and I think that could put us near all-time highs very, very soon if Cardano is following what it did in the previous cycle. However, if it's not following what it did in the previous cycle, I can still, see Cardano somewhere between $5 to $8 by the end of the year, no matter what happens. I mean, only if Bitcoin gets to about $255,000, like I said. If we have a left translated peak, then maybe things are going to change. But even if we do have a left translated peak, I still believe that the altcoins will get their time in this cycle. And I believe that time is about to happen very, very soon. Now, how high did the third wave go right here? If you did not watch my previous videos, maybe you're interested in that. So, I mean, the minimum target for the main third wave move to the upside is at the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup that we have on the chart, and that is at about $2.98. Now, of course, that's only the minimum target, and we could overextend to the 2.272 extension, maybe even the 2.618 extension. And for example, in the previous cycle, in the main third wave move to the upside, we actually got to the 1.618 extension of the previous all-time high. And right now, I mean, that would put us above $5.30. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. I mean, that's just speculation right now. But at least judging by what has happened so far, it is possible that Cardano hits about $5 in the third wave. But like I said, it does not have to do that. And maybe in this cycle, we'll do something else. Keep in mind, if you go on the monthly chart and if you look at the bigger picture, and if you count the Elliott wave count here, we are in a 1-2 setup, and right now we are working on the third wave of this 1-2 setup. And this third wave move to the upside, it's going to take years, and it's going to take like 5 cycles. And I mean, I cannot confirm that we will get this wave to the upside, but if we do, what we need to do right now is complete the first wave of this main third wave move, and this will take the entire cycle. And of course, I'm expecting this first wave to be completed in 5 waves, and that's the 5 waves that we are working on right now. We already have a 1-2 setup on the chart, and yeah, if these 5 waves get completed in this cycle, you can expect the bear market to be an ABC move to the downside, and you can expect the next bull market, which I'm expecting to top by 2029, to be a third wave of this third wave move to the upside, which means that the next bull market, if Cardano actually manages to form a 5-wave move to the upside and an ABC in the bear market, the next bull market should be extremely bullish because it's going to be a third wave of the third wave. And I know people like to make fun of the waves, but so far they have worked out quite nicely. And we don't only use the waves, but we also use what happened in the previous couple of cycles, at least for the Bitcoin chart. And if Bitcoin is, just going to keep following what it did in the previous couple of cycles, then Cardano will most likely copy what Bitcoin does, and it will get to new all-time highs each cycles. I mean, that's how it usually works, and this has happened every time so far. So yeah, and as you can see, in every single cycle we hit a new all-time high on the Cardano chart, so that's why I believe that we will do the exact same thing in this cycle as well. Now of course you could say that, hey, we only had 2 cycles, but I think this is good enough, and if Bitcoin continues to do Bitcoin things, it's going to, Cardano is just going to copy it, and it will most likely get to all-time highs as well. I mean, that only makes sense because at the end of the day, if Bitcoin hits like 200k by the end of the cycle, maybe 250k, then you cannot expect the altcoin market to just go sideways. Of course not. The altcoin market will go up with Bitcoin. So like I said, Bitcoin dominance is very important right now, and I'm still expecting a move to the downside. We'll see if we get one or not. Like I said, it could go sideways until March, and I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, it could happen, and it's not going to be too good because, at the end of the day, I'm still expecting Ethereum to go up in this month. So if it doesn't, Bitcoin dominance will most likely go sideways for another month. And yeah, the altcoin market is not really going to enjoy that, especially Cardano. However, like I said, in the previous cycle, when Bitcoin dominance was going sideways, Cardano actually went up like 300% in February. So there is a chance that it just goes up on its own. I don't know how high the chance that is, but we'll have to wait and see. And I'm still bullish no matter what happens because, nothing has happened so far, and I've been saying the exact same thing every single day. And I know it can be boring, but like I said, compared to what we have right here, things are okay, and I still believe that Cardano will be at all-time highs in the next couple of months. And yeah, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.